Soulmates, Reverse Harem Fantasy, Book 1. Written by Mira Crest, narrated by Megan Mitchell. Chapter 1. Nia hummed under her breath, eyes squinting as she pulled yellow thread carefully through the green fabric, the embroidered honeybee taking shape before her eyes. 5 more bees, then a border of honeysuckle vines and primrose, and her wedding dress would be complete. Her mother and sister were organizing the feast, and a druid would come from the temple to perform the ceremony at the end of the month. There was just one problem. Nia had not seen her betrothed in over a fortnight. Nia had known Salen her whole life. His parents tended beehives and sold honey, and Nia's parents ran the village bakery. As a consequence, they had seen a lot of each other as children, especially close in a village that was already a tight-knit community. As they matured, their relationship changed. Nia smiled as she remembered the first time she had realized Salen thought of her as more than a friend. It was 5 years ago. They'd been talking about the midsummer dances, and she'd expressed an interest in one of the fisherman's sons. His name was Morgan, and he had clever fingers and sea-green eyes. All the girls in the village had been taken with him. Salen had made some disparaging remarks about Morgan, and then had stormed off. Later, after Salen apologized, they had danced together at the festival. The following autumn, Salen kissed her under the old oak tree by the river. No one was surprised when he asked for her hand. They might not have courted for long, but knew everything would be perfect. Salen, his father, and his brothers had built them a house just upstream from his family's land. Nia had woven a tapestry for their wall and a blanket for their bed. Both items were rolled up in her cedar box, waiting for their wedding day at the peak of summer. But a few weeks ago, a messenger had come from a neighboring village bringing news of an invasion from the east. The Southern Empire had abandoned their fortresses, and their leaderless people had dissolved into warring tribes. Now one of these groups was on the way to the peaceful valley where Nia had spent her entire life. Every able-bodied man in the area had been asked to help, including Nia's father, uncle, cousins, and her brother-in-law. But it was Salen that she was most worried for. He was a gentle man at heart, but reckless in defending those he cared about, and he was very stubborn. Wisdom would come with age, her mother said, but that would hardly be a comfort if Salen never grew old enough to gain it. It was difficult to keep her focus on sewing with these fears always in her thoughts. Nia had already had to pull out several misplaced stitches, and just as one bee was nearly done, she jabbed the tip of her finger with the needle. "Ow, damn this thing," she muttered.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?